Hello, how you guys doing? In reference to that satellite man stares at me all the time and has been burning my face and teeth. And they try to communicate shit such as, oh, you think you're cocky. Oh, you think you're tough. And then they just now communicate. Say, look what they did to your teeth. It's not from my genetics. It's not from my activity. It's from your activity as a dirty government agent that has burnt my teeth. You better bring your credentials to the courtroom. Do you think you have a right doing what you're doing? And which person gave you any credentials? Because there is absolutely no credentials in this world that you would ever have a right touching me or damaging anything on my anatomy. You're always hitting me in the face or burning on my tailbone or hitting me in the mouth and the teeth. And you're making up shit all the time. You know, the FCC is listening too. They know you're making up shit, government man. They know you're a fucking liar. You need to go into court, man. Confess your sins. You know you'd probably get the death penalty for that. How long you been a satellite controller, government man? You're violating my rights, man. And there is protective laws that have been in place since I was born. See, don't forget my mother and father was in the oil industry and tycoon industry, man. Or they had status as tycoons, because my grandfather's too. What's your status, government man? You thought you'd get into government and pretend like you had a status? They just communicated. They said, oh, what happened to his parents? The law books are still there. If you're running around free and you were involved in the murder of my parents, that's an obstruction of justice, isn't it? They should have SWAT teams and armies after you, man. My mother and father wasn't criminals. My parents didn't owe you nothing. My grandparents didn't owe you nothing either. And I don't owe you nothing either, government man. But that satellite man hits me in the face and sits there and tries to say shit like, oh, you think you're cocky or something is what they try to communicate. Or they try to communicate something like, oh, you think you're tough. If I was just reading a book, and you know, I'm here by myself a lot of times. I'm here by myself all the time, really. Me and my cat, you know. And this government satellite man stares at me and makes up shit all the time, doesn't he? We need all the transcripts from those satellite controllers. What they have said, spying on me. And they've been spying on me in the shower, too. And that satellite man hits me in the throat and does some gay shit like, ugh. Like they hit you in the throat and make you go, ugh. Like that satellite man is communicating to you like he's trying to talk out your neck or something. This dirty faggot government agent man. Better quit burning my cat's ass, man. Her hind legs are warm. Like you got a satellite on her ass. You better quit, man. Do you understand something, government man? I'm not gay. And you better leave me alone, dirty satellite man. I'm not even your race. Or your religion, dirty government man. How many churches do you own in America? How many churches did my mother and father and grandparents own in America? What properties did you build in America, government man? You're blocking me from my mother and father's mansions and my grandparents' mansions. You didn't build them. My parents built them. And my grandparents built them. So who are you to be blocking me? Don't forget, somebody wants you to know, government man, you still got to go to court in California for kidnapping me from California. And that's going to be on the record forever, man. You think you're tough because you got a satellite. You thought you could just call anybody a criminal just by looking at them from a satellite. You thought you could make up lies on a person because you're a satellite controller. It just hit my throat, too. It made me burp. You think you're funny, don't you, government man? You won't think it's funny when you're in court getting prosecuted for treason. You think you're a historic person of this country, government man? You think you got a longer history in America and a more successful history than my family history? You like to call somebody cocky all the time. You're always picking fights, nitpicking on people, damaging their faces and teeth, aren't you, government man? You need to go to prison. You think you're smart, don't you? You think because your government agents cover up illegal uses of satellites and lasers that your agents have been using in the American government. You think you're going to get away with that? They ask you in court whether you were the one doing it, man, and you say you're not, and they know that you are. You're going to easily go to prison for life, freak show. Better leave me alone, man. Role protocol in the media is my identity, and I'm not your race or religion. So whoever you are, you need to go into court. I don't know if I need that pistol from Windsor Castle in the courtroom, but somebody needs to arrest that satellite controller. And reference to governors and mayors, this activity of people holding me hostage, holding me poor, like they claimed they were trying to make the rags to riches story. No, I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates, man. These bad people are trying to steal billions of dollars. And those bad government people need to go to court. So you think you'd spy on me all these years and say, oh, you think you're tough. You think you're good looking. They don't like good looking people. Well, when you go to prison, you might meet some other people, and some people you probably terrorized before too. People you tried to frame. People you tried to cock block in reference to their lives or freedoms. You probably meet some of your own activities of what you've done. You trying to destroy America and the freedom of America. You think you have a right staring at me with a satellite, government man? Because I know there's documents that say don't stare at me with your satellite and don't point lasers at me, government man. Did you ever read those documents? Who do you think you are blocking me from my mother and father's mansions? Who do you think you are when you had kidnapped me from California? You better quit hitting my teeth. They're still hitting right there. You seem to be the one that's playing this hypocrite attitude slander on other people. You think you're tough, don't you, government man? Because you think you can pick on people in America with your illegal credentials. You need to go into court, man. And you're violating the IRS laws. Are you paying people to try to hurt me, government man? Are you using American money, dirty government man? Are you on the American government payroll? Because the Treasury laws even says if there's anybody on payroll of the American government ever trying to hurt me at any time, those people have to get arrested. Don't forget. Oh, what do you think my birth name is, government man? This is America. And hello, Europe and Korea and China and Japan and Mexico and Canada and other friendly countries. And hello, United Nations. So in reference to this government man, do you think your name's richer than my birth name? Let's find out what your name is, man. Why don't you say what your name is? You think your name's richer than mine? Oh, but you thought you'd try to steal my money. Do you understand something? You need to go into court and say what your birth name is, government satellite man. You need to go into court. You think you're tough, right? Better go into court, man. You better quit burning my face and teeth and tailbone and anus and leg. You just better leave me alone, freak. And in reference to the courts, no, I have not received any monies to move to another city and state. And some of these people that are holding me hostage are the people my mother had court cases against in reference to them kidnapping me before and their people demanding a ransom back in the 80s and other times. It's very serious. They're still burning me with satellites. Those people need to get arrested.